Good day, global crypto enthusiasts. This is 88 Fantastic coming to you September 24th, 2019. So if you're like me, you probably got up today and you woke up to a lot of emails and a lot of messages asking you, WTF is going on here? So anyways, did some quick looking into everything just to see what was going on. Other than the biggest concern would probably have been the disappointment with Bakkt. I mean, there's probably a lot of people that got in and we're assuming that Bakkt was going to be the catalyst for everything, like I did with CME and COBE in October of 2018, right? Same thing. So what we're looking at here is like everybody, like every market looks like it's just getting its ass kicked today. So it's not just a crypto market itself. Looks like it's everybody getting its ass kicked all over the place here. So let's go on to the Bitcoin daily. We'll check out our intraday. And then I did something in the wallets that I'll show you that's really cool here. So as we can see, what do we got here? Probably about 3 hours ago is when it really happened. And again, when you look at it, when the price goes from basically 96, 9,700 and it dropped all the way back down to 82.30. But look at the slide. It's not the same slide that we saw last week with the liquidation. This is liquidation, and this is coordinated sell-off like we've been seeing. Like in the past year and a half, we've been normally seeing that $50 billion 30-minute slide, and we hadn't seen that in about 4 or 5 months, and there it was again. So we basically lost 35 billion in the market within 30 minutes. For me, that's contracts getting liquidated, but that's also coordinated attacks as well. So what do I mean by coordinated attacks? This is our Bitcoin, all of the Bitcoin wallets over here. Something really cool to show you guys. So today again, being 9/24, what we want to see is when was the last time, not an exchange, but a regular wallet, when was the last out on the big wallets? And I'm going to show you something cool. So we're going to look for 9/23, 9/24 on here based on time zones. And I'm going to show you something really cool here, right here. So the first big wallet other than an exchange was wallet 29. And since this morning, they have sold out of their wallet 396 times. Okay? This wallet sold probably at the top for 396 times. That's how many times they sold out of their wallet yesterday. Absolutely insane. So when you look at it, and they've got 21,755 Bitcoin, and they've sold out 396 times. This is somebody that's been moving and shaking an awful lot. So as you can see with the amount of times that they've bought in, where are we here? They've bought in 803 times overall, but 396 times yesterday in the last 24. That is absolutely mental. So that tells me this has got to be a big group of people absolutely selling off and coordinating attacks somehow, some way. Probably selling off, probably sending BTC to some of their other wallets or their buddies' wallets, and that's how they're getting them onto so many different exchanges and selling them within 30, 35 minutes. All right, so let's get into it. We got 3 articles over here for you guys. We'll keep the live price of Bitcoin because it looks like it's fighting back a little bit here. But again, when you see that kind of a shock, I mean, it takes people a long time to wrap their head really what's going around on it. So we give this guy a quick refresh over here. We'll see what's happening. See Bitcoin sitting at $8,600, a market cap of, it was as low as 217 billion. So we were hoping when we see, and it's happened so many times in the last 2 years, you start to feel good about the market. Everything looks really good. And then, like we said, since April and May, that liver kick comes in, you feel it, but you really don't know what's going on. And a little while later, your body really starts to feel it. So last video, we talked about what we called the anomaly, where Bitcoin was stale at about that 10,000, 10,200 mark. Wasn't really doing anything for a week, but Ethereum was getting money. XRP was getting money. The altcoins were getting money, but Bitcoin wasn't doing anything. That anomaly I had openly asked and talked about in some of the comment questions. Where was that money coming from? And was it a ploy to set up the market for another spill, and we wanted to wait another week, and that's exactly what has happened. Is they propped up the market one more time by putting a little bit of money into the altcoins, making everybody think that alt season was here. Again, that was the copy of my last title on my video, is it alt season? And we said no, it's not. We said many times on the channel in the last 6 months, I don't think there'll ever be an alt season ever again. And all they're doing is completely bleeding out new people into these projects. And they'll re-ramp it right back into Bitcoin again. So let's get it. We got 3 articles over here, a little bit bizarre. We're going to try and keep it short for you guys. These are all articles on shorting and the hash rate as well. So this one is over at newsbtc.com. 500 million in Bitcoin longs liquidates as Bitcoin price taps $8,000. So since the much awaited product came to market, the leading cryptocurrency has shed 20%, falling from 10,150 to 8,300, where it sits right now, as it briefly touched $8,000 earlier. Of course, this dramatic crash wasn't expected by the bulls. In fact, over the past 3 hours, over 550 million worth of Bitcoin long positions on Bitmex were decimated, likely marking it as one of the largest liquidations of all time. I don't think so. I think we've had actually bigger liquidations than that. But still, when the market gets dumped 550 million instantly, it's going to happen, especially when Bitcoin's sitting at 70%, right? So again, that's another one. You can come check it out. Again, decent articles, whole bunch over here for you guys. That's over at newsbtc.com. This one here is more than likely a combination of this liquidation over at Bitmex and the absolutely terrible opening for Bakkt after all of the news, the delays, and the actual excitement, and the ice company and Starbucks and blah, 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 and Microsoft. This is the same thing that happened in October of 2018 when CME was coming in, and we all thought it was just going to be that thing for the whole market, and this company that's opening up and opening it up to the general public, and this was going to do everything for us. And again, that's 2 years in a row, late September, early October-ish, that the same thing in the market has happened twice now. 2 years in a row, both at the same time. So the article goes on to say, Bitcoin has lost more than $1,000 in less than an hour. Its price is currently hovering over $8,000 as the cryptocurrency market marks a decrease upwards of 13% in the last 24 hours. Just ouch, 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 ouch. So altcoins bleed more. I mean, this is what we've been talking about. Again, last week was just an anomaly, and as we see, it really didn't take that long. The article goes on to say, while it's challenging to outline the exact reason for this latest drop, it's safe to say that the underwhelming performance of Bakkt in its first 2 days of trading could be a part of it. For me, I think it's a combination of the liquidation over at Bitmex plus the terrible opening over at Bakkt itself. And then again, as we showed you over here in the Bitcoin wallets, we call it wallet hunting, where 1 to 3 wallets are actively pushing prices one way or the other just to liquidate people. Like, it's because the market is so small. Excuse me. Okay, so we'll get on to our last article over at zycrypto.com. Bitcoin just lost over 40% in network hash rate as the price of Bitcoin crashes below $9,000. Okay, so this is just one of those ones. If you're a techie guy, you want to come and check this out, because this one is actually really, really difficult to explain to new people itself. Hash rate explained over here. Basically, the hash rate is referred to as the number of calculations a network can complete in 1 second. In the cryptocurrency world, a higher hash rate for a crypto means better security, credibility, and efficiency. The higher the hash rate, the harder it becomes for any aggressive party to conduct a 51% on the network. Also, a higher hash rate increases competition amongst the miners and puts more pressure on the resources needed for mining. So it shows the numbers of how Bitcoin's hash rate had dropped here. They were showing that for earlier today. Like I said, I do a lot of the crypto tab browser, and you can keep it in open windows and see what actually how much processing power your device is actually using. And on some of my devices late last night before bedtime and early this morning, I mean, the fluctuations were really rampant. Whereas in a normal day, 24/7, your hash rate on your devices is usually pretty consistent. So really weird to see stuff like that. So anyways, there's some three good articles for you. We got the $550 million in shorts of Bitmex, the total disappointment that's been Bakkt's opening, which again, exactly duplicates exactly what had happened with CME in October of 2018. And again, with the weirdness of the Bitcoin hash rate today, we see one of the biggest Bitcoin wallets actively selling out of their wallet over 800 times in the last 24 hours. So absolutely strange things. Again, what we've always talked about is cryptocurrency conspiracy theories, and then there we've talked about the wallet hunting and what's going on. And when you have that amount of Bitcoin in such a small market, it doesn't take very much for that wallet to send it to other wallets, and then they all just pile onto the exchanges and do a complete massive sell-off and probably make their 20-25%, and they're probably going to buy back in again today as well. So something to go back and check out is on that wallet as well, is let's see when their next buy-in is going to be. So that was wallet 29. And that's all we got to watch. So they haven't bought in since early. They bought in about a week and a half ago. So there it is right there. So sold out a whole bunch in the last day, and they haven't bought in for less. So they're just picking their spots. Swing trading, super smart. Again, it crushes the market, but you know what? If I had 25,000 Bitcoin myself, I'd be doing it the same thing, buying it cheap, let it ramp up, show a week of stability, sell it off, tank it again, rebuy back in. That's all there is to it. So haven't got much more. I wanted to keep this nice and short for you guys just to show what exactly happened to this market. Again, another ploy by big money coming in and propping it up and making all of social media believe it's alt season for a week. And then they come in and they give you the liver kick, and then they cycle out all the new people. So who knows where we're going from here. It was looking really good for most of the month until this week. So crossing our fingers, things get back on track and we can get back up to that 260 to 280 mark here in the next couple of days. This is 88 Fantastic, showing you how to take a bite out of the cryptocurrency market. Take care, y'all.